Welcome to the Tippecanoe County Board of Commissioners meeting for Tuesday, January 20th, 2026. Would you please rise and join me for the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, again, welcome this morning. This is important business that we go about today, but something else obviously is fallen upon our county and our community in the last 48 hours that is important that we recognize as well. As many of you know, Judge Steve Meyer and his wife were attacked on Sunday afternoon, and they're both recovering, but I would certainly ask for your thoughts and prayers being directed to them and to our community as a whole. I think we have all been shaken to our core by what has happened. This is not something that customarily happens here. It happens in every place. But here we could say that before today or Sunday. But I just ask that, again, do you pray for Steve, for our community, for our safety, and just know that an attack like this against judiciary and the foundation of everything that's right about this community is an attack against everybody in public service. And I have very strong convictions and confidence that the person or persons involved in this attack will be found out and will face justice at some point in time. We just all need to have confidence in the many men and women that are working on this. And again, pray for Steve and Kim and our community. With that said, we'll get into the agenda now. And the first order of business is approval of minutes from our last meeting.
Mr. President, I'll make a motion we approve the minutes from our January 5th, 2026 meeting.
Second.
We have a motion, a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. And that motion passes. Presentations of accounts payable.
Mr. President, I'd like to recommend the claims dated January 8th, 2026 through January 20th, 2026 be approved without exception.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. And that motion passes.
Mr. President, I'd also like to recommend the payroll dated January 16th, 2026 be approved without exception.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. And that motion passes. Next up, we have a subdivision variance.
Okay, good morning. All right, our first one here is Bower Ridge. The issue here is essentially kind of a temporary one, and that's the reason for the request, is that the proposed street, Vale Street, would be kind of the main access point to County Road 250 West for this subdivision until such time as a new access point is provided to the north, which is sort of the final disposition for these streets. So that is that request there. We continue with the second one as well? Second variance request?
Yes, sir.
As well? Okay. The second variance request for subdivision case 5320, the Enclave at Klondike. This is connecting the Maitland to the basically to provide a connection ultimately to the school across Klondike. But the impetus for this request, the south side of the road is not really under development of the proposed new road that's coming through. That's what borders Lafayette Venetian Blind property further to the south. And a 10-foot trail is being provided on the north side, which will provide a direct linkage to the crosswalk, ultimately leading to the school property to the east. So the determination here, the request was that no sidewalk be provided on that south side, just because there's really not much going on at this time. In the future, as that southern part, if it were to redevelop, then having a sidewalk put in at that time would likely be on the menu. So I'd be happy to answer any questions about either of these. Otherwise,
Any
we submit
questions
them
for
for
Ryan?
your consideration.
Just a point of clarification that these have both been reviewed by the Highway Department, and they support
Yes, yeah,
these.
they have.
Do I have a motion for adoption of subdivision variance S5319 Bower Ridge subdivision?
So moved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. And that motion passes.
And I'll make a motion, we approve subdivision variance S5320 Enclave at Klondike subdivision as presented.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. And that variance is also granted.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan. Good morning, Stu.
Morning. Got just a couple of items today, mainly annual cleanup items. The first being we have a group of 4 2026 professional on-call service agreements to accept. They're from Butler, Fairman, and Seifert, Christopher B. Burke Engineering, VS Engineering, and T-Bird Design Services. These provide hourly rates and maximum on-call. We do task orders to do small jobs quickly.
And this is done annually.
Yeah.
Mr. President, I'll make a motion, we approve the on-call agreements with Butler, Fairman, Seifert, Christopher B. Burke Engineering, VS Engineering, and T-Bird Design Services.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. The motion passes.
The second item is an annual update of our speed limit traffic control device database that is basically maintained throughout the year. And then annually, we do a print, bring it to the commissioners for acceptance. This includes speed limits throughout the county, stop sign locations, traffic signal locations, and yield sign locations. It's part of the traffic ordinance that this be maintained and that you approve it.
Mr. President, I move that we approve the review of the speed limit and data traffic control devices database as presented.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. And that motion passes.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Hollinger?
Good morning, sorry.
Good morning. That's okay.
Dave Hollinger from your probation department. I come before the commissioners this morning. Previously, I was here not too long ago on December the 15th, asking for approval for a MOU or Memorandum of Understanding with Total Court Services. They were the agency that was providing drug screening services for not only probation, but also for Tippecanoe County Community Corrections and their clients. Times have changed. Community Corrections is going with a new provider. Where they go, we have to go just based on, we have no other options. Community Corrections has, I think maybe at the last meeting or the meeting before with the commissioners, had asked for approval to allow them to enter into a contract with ADAPT, A-D-A-P-T. They're an alcohol and drug testing agency. They will be, or they are going to be as of February the 23rd out at Community Corrections. I took the MOU that ADAPT provided me, ran it past the county attorney. He indicated that we didn't need commissioner's signature, but rather just kind of, just to let you know that we are, that I'm going to be entering into, or would like your blessing to enter into this MOU with ADAPT. My other intention is to let total court services know by the 23rd of this month, so tomorrow at the latest, let them know that we are going to be exiting the former agreement we had with them. We have a 30-day out option, and in effect, that there's the same 30-day out option on this ADAPT MOU. So I just want to keep the commissioners apprised of where we're going with this.
Great, thank you.
Any questions? No?
So we don't need to take any action on this then?
That's my understanding. I defer to. Right.
Okay,
Okay.
very good.
Thank
Can
you.
you make
Thank
sure
you.
can you make sure the auditor's office gets a copy, Dave?
Okay, next up, we have a resolution 2026-04-CM, the non-exempt employee overtime for calendar year 2026. Matt, do you want to take that?
Yes, this is a resolution because there are
It's turned
27
on.
pay periods in 2026. Sorry. Yeah, this is a resolution due to the additional paycheck that will be received. It doesn't increase the salary, but in 2026, there will be 27 pay periods instead of the typical 26 pay periods. However, there's still the federal requirements regarding overtime such that it'll be 1.6 of the hourly rate. That is per federal statute. This is a resolution that will formalize that for the county payroll.
And this just coincides with the ordinance that was done at
The Tippecanoe County Council
councils.
already passed an ordinance that does the actual appropriation. This is acknowledging that ordinance and approving it.
Mr. President, I'll make a motion, we approve Resolution 2026-04-CM, non-exempt employee overtime for calendar year 2026.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. And that motion passes. Next, we have the Pinnacle mailing contract.
All right, this is for a maintenance contract for a piece of machinery in the clerk's office, a Formax pressure sealer in the amount of $270.45. I'll make a motion to approve as stated.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, same sign. And that motion passes. Contract with Big Ben Builders.
Okay, this is to do ADA work out at the Tippecanoe County Battlefield on the women and men's restrooms in the amount of $52,521. I'll make a motion, we approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. And that motion passes. I show no unfinished or new business. Reports on file from the Clerk of the Circuit Court, the Humane Society for Greater Lafayette, the Tippecanoe County, and the Tippecanoe County Public Library. All of those reports will be on file in our office immediately following this meeting. Is there any public comment? I'm sorry? I'm sorry, Wabash River Heritage Quarter Commission is also on that list, as well as the treasurer's report. Any public comment?
Good morning. My name is Robert Hine, 1072 Hazlitt Drive, West Lafayette. Commissioners, I want to start off by at least thanking Tippecanoe County for allowing the public to speak at these types of meetings. I've heard of and seen other counties that do not allow this, so thank you. I'm here today as a citizen and a taxpayer of this county, off duty, but to speak as one of the many employees of this county. I also came to represent all the employees of this county that have not yet spoken up. I contemplated how I wanted to approach this for the last few weeks. At first, I thought about just sending an email, which I know you probably receive a lot of, but I stopped myself. I told myself that sending you guys an email allows you to ignore it. I would rather stand up here and be able to look you in the eyes when I say what I want to say. You can delete an email, but you can't turn your hearing off. On December 9th, 2025, a county council meeting was conducted. During that meeting, my coworkers stood up and spoke about the recent pay discrepancies that the county was facing. but I'm not here to debate my feelings on that. At the 32-minute and 40-second mark of the live stream of this meeting, which I also attended, Councilwoman Hamilton informed the council that the commissioners play a, quote, big part in the pay discrepancy debate. A commissioner was in the audience, and at first he stated, "I plead the fifth," and everyone laughed. At first I understood the humor, but as I sat there for over 30 minutes listening to my coworkers plead with the county council to look at the pay discrepancy, I felt disgusted. This commissioner then stands at the podium and acknowledges the issues that come along with this pay discrepancy due to the sheriff's office having a large overtime budget. At the 33-minute and 35-second mark, this commissioner states, quote, "We also have to remember that we have a villa that's 24/7, not in the line of duty of bullets, but probably in the line of duty of bedpans," end quote. That comment made my blood boil. The audacity that this commissioner had to even make that comment shows truly how little this commissioner understands and appreciates his employees. Commissioners, as someone who has met employees of the villa, they are hard workers. They provide a great service to this county. But to stand at a podium in a public meeting and make a comparison of that nature is atrocious. In 2025, there were 44 law enforcement officers in the United States that were killed by a firearm. To the commissioner who would like to compare the sheriff's office and dodging bullets to dodging bedpans, I challenge you to find a widow of one of those law enforcement officers and make that comment to them. Because unlike you, I've spoken to some of those widows. I've attended funerals of my friends, and unlike you, I wear a bracelet on my wrist for the date of death of someone who took a bullet to the head for his community. This commissioner's comment was not only distasteful, but it was an indirect spit in the face to the men and women of this community that without a second's notice would give up their life so that you can stand at that podium and make that comment. On January 13, 2026, a joint meeting was held with the County Council and the Commissioners. During that meeting, salaries, budgets, and expenditures were all discussed. This seems to become a regular occurrence at every meeting, whether it be County Council or County Commissioners. At the 2-hour and 36-minute mark of the meeting, Councilman Basham asked the speaker, quote, "How do we explain this to our employees?" when talking about budget cuts. This commissioner stated, quote, John, the easiest way, do you want a paycheck or not?" When I first listened to this portion of the meeting, I had to rewind it. I had to listen to it several times to make sure that I understood it correctly. Commissioners, this comment left me flabbergasted. Not only was it rude and inconsiderate, but you also made that comment in a public meeting. I could expect a comment like that to be made in an executive session or a closed-door meeting, but to state that in a public meeting that hundreds of the employees of this county either attend or watch was absolutely abhorrent. If you want to make a comment as such, then there needs to be time for the employees of this county to rebuttal your comment. The employees of this county should have the ability to question how much you actually care about them, because based on that statement, you don't. But also based on the comments from the December 9, 2025 meeting, I really wasn't surprised. Employees of this county that are either in attendance or watching, if these comments were made in a public meeting, what do you think is said behind closed doors? Commissioners, I know that you are of a different generation than myself. You were raised on the old saying, you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. But let me reiterate to you, the current workforce and the future workforce don't believe in that. We know what we're worth. Whether or not you want to believe that is your choice, but we know it. And if you think that the current workforce is this way, wait until you start to see the future workforce. As someone who's spoken with several college students and graduates, they also know what they are worth. Gone are the days of a loyalty to a profession, or in our case, a county, simply because someone said so. There must be a reward for the work, whether that be in monetary compensation or something else. If you want loyalty, you must give it. Times are changing. I think we're all aware of this. Everyone wants more money, everyone wants a new shiny toy. But to make a blanket statement of, do you want a paycheck, shows how out of touch with reality you are. If something doesn't change and fast, that comment is going to turn from, do you want a paycheck, to, absolutely I want a paycheck, you just won't be the one writing it. Even the most loyal have a breaking point. My disdain is not only directed at the financial problems that this county faces and somehow is not planned for. My disdain comes from elected officials, people that we as the public are supposed to trust have our best interest in mind, that they can stand tall with their chest pumped out in front of hundreds of people in person and online and make audacious comments that hold no merit. Commissioners, many others and I do not feel appreciated. I plead with you to have a better understanding of your employees and their needs, because before long you won't have very many employees left. Thank you.
Thank you, Robert. Any additional public comment? You deserve to be appreciated. I appreciate you. Thanks for coming today. You have a motion to adjourn? Or do you have something you want to say? We stand adjourned.